Yeah,
Are
man.
we done?
Slot corner's next. Slot corner is the one that we got to look out for. I think based on the personnel, of our whole defense, that probably becomes next lightest in line now that you brought in Quan. And depending on how those guys hold up, that will dictate how fast we potentially bring somebody in. Because based on the personnel that we've had, Minka obviously has been missing some days. It's been personal, not injury, from what Coach Tomlin has communicated. But then
Yeah,
Demonte
a
Casey
few
got
veterans
hurt.
have been missing
Yeah,
days,
but
right?
then
TJ, Cam.
TJ, yeah, he's had a couple of vet days, but then Demonte Casey dealing with an ankle.
Yeah.
So he's like missing practice. So early on, Pat P took some reps back there and they were rotating guys. But the problem is you're down your top two safeties. So a Trey Norwood who's getting reps at slot now has to go back there and play that more often. A guy like an Elijah Riley who's gotten some reps, you play a lot more on the back end because you're missing them type of dudes. So we'll see what they look like tomorrow in terms of if Minka is back from whatever was going on, and we'll see what happens with Casey, how long he's going to be out. But it's just hard to evaluate the slot position.
You think that's just more for a body to get through camp as opposed to like a guy we're bringing in to be a starting slot corner or compete with like Channing Sullivan?
No, what I'm saying is this, like, if Channing can do what he's supposed to do, then we're not going to bring anybody in. If he is struggling, though, that right now on paper is our number one slot corner. Kind of like we talked about Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb and Channing Sullivan, to me, very similar in just terms of who they are in their careers right now. Not world beaters, good players, though. You want them on your team. But if they're on your team, you kind of like the Kirk Cousins conversation. You could win with them, but yeah, you could definitely upgrade it as well. I just feel like with Sullivan, it's a similar convo. If Sullivan can hold his own and do what he's supposed to do, we stay off of it. If he is struggling, who is your next option? Duke Dawson? You see, like
he got the first team reps the first day.
Exactly. So you see how quickly it got to that. Duke,
I don't even know
nothing
how that
against
happened.
Duke, what? This is fourth year in the league, I think it is right now. But it's just like you see the type of players that we're talking about. So if I'm an opposing offense and I'm just simply saying, how would I attack this defense? Initially, it was I'm gonna try to isolate this inside linebacker and get him running. I can't necessarily do that with Quan now. All right, so what's the next thing? Try the rookie corner. Try the veteran corner. I know the safeties is dogs. I know this pass rush is fire. Slot corner is the weakest link right now. So that's where you hold. That's where you attack him, and you see if he can hold up. Now, if he can hold up, man, we nice right now. We're good.
Now, here's my question, because I've been thinking about this over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're that concerned about specific labels in the secondary?
Yes, in this sense.
Or are we just going to play JPJ as our cornerback 3 and
reason why
he'll be outside, Pat P inside,
the reason why I
move them all
say
around,
yes,
you know what I mean?
The reason why I say yes is this. In theory, it's easy to just say we got 3 dope corners. We're going to play them all at the same time. The problem is we got 3 dope outside corners, not 3 slot corners. And just the nature of the position, a slot corner versus an outside corner is different. The body types that you're facing are different. And physically, what you're asked to do is differently.
Yeah, help out in the run game.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. The size of, nickel corners, a little bit shorter, quick, compact, but sawed off, right? Because they got to be able to hit. Outside corners, long, thicker. JPJ, Pat P, Levi Wallace, you know what I mean? But they're not going to have the same level of lateral quickness as a Mike Hilton, a Cam Sutton, an Arthur Milet, them type of dudes, you know what I mean? So that's the stuff where, yes, you can get away with it, but is JPJ an outside corner or a slot corner? Is Pat P an outside corner or a slot corner? Outside is what he does. Can he bump in here and play this? Yes. But this is a secondary position. That's a primary position. And you're facing a primary slot receiver. That matchup is going to be a lot more competitive than what we think it should be.
Sure.
Because of this guy not playing his natural position. You take this slot receiver, put him outside. Oh, man, all them dudes we just named dog walk them slots. You take that outside corner, put him in on that slot. It's just a difference, man. Just a difference. So that's the thing where I'm like, I don't think we're overly concerned about it, but we're going to have eyes on it. And that's the part where I'm like, for Channing, he needs to make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
would at least like to have a guy in your back pocket that is a slot corner.
I'm with you,
right?
Bro. Yeah.
No matter how you want to do the secondary combinations, like you
'Cause
could have JPJ being our third corner and playing more than the slot, and doing some of these versatile coverages and whatnot. But to have a guy that you know can play when you need him in a pinch, it's helpful, and that's who we thought we got in Shannon Sullivan.
Right.
But like you said, let's see what he does in training camp.
That's the part he's got to see it, yeah, because we know.
I haven't even heard his name. Has he been doing anything?
Nothing negative.
Okay.
It's just when you're looking at us on paper right now, when we went and did the name game, you saw you reacted when we said Duke Dawson. That's your number 2 right now. And Shannon Sullivan.
I'd rather have Trey Norwood.
You see what I'm saying? And Shannon Sullivan isn't necessarily like an all-pro either. So that's why people started to highlight that and look at it. I haven't seen anything where we should feel overly concerned about it just yet. But starting tomorrow, we're going to get more info because now pads come on. And that's the part where we're going to have to see how they do. As long as they can keep doing what they're supposed to do, run game and coverage-wise, we're fine. Pat P, JPJ, they still going to get opportunities in the slot. Don't get it twisted. It's just... Will
it be just them two or Levi Wallace as well?
To me, you can put Levi in there, but all 3 of them dudes are outside corners to me. So they're going to still be good players. They still going to be able to hold their own in the slot. It's just that that's not what they primarily do. So you're going to have some... slip-ups with that. It might not be week 1. But like we've talked about, you're not worried about necessarily the run-of-the-mill teams. We're talking about the teams that we know we got to deal with, And that's the stuff where you're like, man, can every team isolate our slot corner? Absolutely not. Can every team isolate our inside linebacker? Absolutely not. But it's certain teams that we know we're going to have to face if we are trying to do what we think we're capable of doing. And that's the stuff that we're talking about. Those are the teams that you're going to have to make sure that we got that buttoned up on.
I get it. Yeah. And you want to have everything at your disposal to make adjustments on game day and stuff too. And having a solid slot corner that you could rely on, that's their primary position, will help with that.
Yeah. But
hopefully it's Shannon.
I will say this though, man. I like how it's been back and forth though, man. Like it's been some good days by the offense where they've won,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
it's been some dope days by the defense where they've won. I just love the fact that, man, you're getting that type of competitiveness back and forth between both sides of the ball, man, because that's going to make this team that much better.
All right, that's good.
But shout out to Quan though, man. I'm excited to see what he looks like, man. A part of the squad here, man.
One more thing I wanted to bring up about the inside linebackers. I was just thinking this. The depth's really nice right now.
Yeah.
I feel like we got 4, actually, I guess 5 starting capable guys.
I'm with you, bro.
In case of injuries. Now, are our guys that are 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the depth chart the optimal solution? But if we do get in a pinch with some of these injuries, at least you got a Kwiatkowski, you got a Mark Robinson.
Right.
Quan Alexander as the guy we just brought in potentially as our 3rd guy. But again, that upside, he could be our best. Cole Holcomb and Roberts, we brought in. Like, those are 5 solid dudes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we feel really good about that situation, man.